The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Now, Shaun, there was a bit of news yesterday and we thought we need to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Caitlin Bassett, our superstar netballer who comes in and we speak sport. She knows everything about sport. Well,
She does.
over the last couple of years, Nat, she's been covering the footy in particular. Well, she had an announcement yesterday. Seabass, good morning.
Morning, guys.
Now, Seabass, I love how you've lobbed this news and you're about to leave the country tomorrow. Is that right? Timing's
I
everything.
sure am. I'm dropping a bomb and I'm getting out of here.
So, all right, tell everybody what the big announcement was that happened yesterday.
So, just my announcement that I'm going to be joining the Perth Demons to play Waffle W next season. So they're going to be joining the competition as the final piece of the puzzle in the Women's League. And, yeah, I've signed on board. So
You're the
very
marquee
excited.
signing.
Wow.
Superstar ruck woman.
I'm definitely not the marquee signing. We've got some legit AFLW superstars joining the group. But, yeah, seeing as I was going away, it's a good time to share the news, and I think people are making a huge deal out of it. I am not trying to play AFLW. I'm not gunning to play Eagles or Dockers. I just want to come and help grow this club.
I know, but you say that, but what if you discover you're really, really good at
For
this?
sure, Seabass.
Look, if you've seen me kick a football, I think you'd realise I'm not very skilled. But what I do love about working as a team is getting around others and really helping them to develop. I think that's what I really miss since playing netball is having that team camaraderie and seeing others play well and helping them develop. And that's kind of what my plan is, to learn football, to have some fun and to help others succeed.
Well, in your job too, Caitlin, to be able to be right in the mix and understand the game at a different level would always help you when you're commentating and or writing about it, I'd imagine.
100%. I think knowing the footy lingo, understanding the positions better, the ball movement, just everything is going to help me with my work. So I'm pretty lucky to get this opportunity, and I'm going to be training hard. Shaun, I've already hit you up for some training sessions.
Skill
go,
sessions, yeah.
No doubt I'll be shoved in the ruck, which I'm not too annoyed about because, like I mentioned, my kicking's not fantastic.
Yes.
But no, it's going to be a great challenge, which I'm looking forward to.
Hey, Seabass, a couple of things. First of all, will you be the tallest person in the Waffle W?
No, actually, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
And second of all, don't worry about your kicking because Fifey can't kick and he still gets a game.
2 Brownlows, mate.
Someone said to me this morning, don't worry, just stand really close to the goals. And I was like, it doesn't help. So, no, I'm definitely out of my comfort zone, and I'm really excited to learn from some of the best. I think, Jess Segener is the coach, and she's a gun, and she's been working with the Gold Coast Suns this season with their AFLW program. So I'm looking forward to learning from the best.
Hey, Caitlin, one of the things I want to ask you this. So you spent some time at the Eagles and Fremantle during the start of the season, right? And one of them, you were doing some midfield craft, I know, at Fremantle, and you were getting involved. Did that get, I don't know, the fires burning?
Get the juices flowing, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. To be honest, when I finished playing netball, someone floated the idea of playing footy, and I thought, no way, I'm not interested whatsoever. My body and mentally I was pretty cooked as well. But when I went down and got to join in the ruck craft, I did, that competitiveness in me was sparked again, and I forgot how much fun it is just being out on the field, laughing, joking, the banter that comes with playing sport and those connections. I think I've really missed that. So, it was good fun. Like I said, I was pretty rubbish and the girls gave me a lot of stick, but that's the kind of that's what I'm kind of used to. I'm happy to be the jokester in the club and have a lot of fun, but help push others along the way.
And
cool.
I mean, from a physical point of view, doing ruck work is not dissimilar to jockeying for position in a goal ring on a netball court, is it?
This is true. I mean, the centre bounce is going to be a whole new ball game for me because I'm not used to running at someone, and obviously I'm not used to being tackled, but the stoppage play where you're jostling for position and you're pushing and that is definitely it is second nature for me because I've done it my whole career. I think the other thing which is going to be new for me is tapping the ball. I used to get yelled at if I did that in netball because it's all that grabbing it with two hands and pulling it in. So and
also running with the ball. You're allowed to do that now.
There's going to be some challenges. The field is bloody huge, and I'm definitely going to have to get some Ks in my legs in the lead up to pre-season. But I'm actually just excited to see what my body can still do because, netball is a completely different sport. It's short, sharp, explosive. But footy is definitely, it's going to be a new challenge.
Oh, I'm excited for you.
That's great.
That's so good, Caitlin.
You're off on holidays to Canada tomorrow, so have a great trip, okay?
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Can't wait to hang with you guys, and hopefully you've got lots of good stories for me when I get back.
Yes.
Good on you, Seabass.
And give our love to Big Wee Wee. Thank you.
I will. Thank you. Bye.
It's a superstar.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Well, let's head over to Poland for a second.
Sure.
Can you see the sausages just hanging from windows and stuff in the streets?
Dzień dobry.
What does that mean?
Hello.
Oh, very good, Natalie. Oh, actually, Amy, our
Amy's
resident
a
Polish lady. Come on
Polish
here. Polish
heritage.
descent.
Next mic. There we go.
Don't put me on the spot. I don't know much.
Do you know much about Polish cuisine?
A little bit, not too much.
What's a national dish or something?
I think it's. I
Don't you
She's
swear?
about to really...
like offend.
Yes.
Kapusta. My
And,
pop and babcia used to make.
Oh, yeah, nice. What is
Right
it?
in the kabushka.
Yeah, like a cabbage dish now.
Oh, yeah, they love their cabbage, don't they?
Whoever decided that was ever going to be fun? Like, it's cabbage. We all know what cabbage
Nobody
does.
thought it was fun, Sean. That's all they had.
That's a good point.
One of
That's
my
a really
friends
good
is
point.
Polish, and he went to visit some family over there. And he's a really good cook, and he said, "I'll make us a roast." And so he went to the shops and everything, and he bought a leg of lamb, and he's roasting it. And he said, "Oh, do you have any pumpkin? I'll roast that." And they were horrified,
Yes.
because you feed pumpkin to the pigs.
Oh.
And they're like, he's going, "No, it's really tasty." And they're like, oh, they thought he was poor.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That is very interesting. Well, let's just take a drive down the freeway, right? We're in Poland.
A Polish freeway.
Yes, and there is it's called the Hayes Funeral Service, was transporting a body they just picked up.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when they're driving down the freeway, someone forgot to lock the door completely at the back of the hearse, and the door's flung open. And the body has just come out the back of the car
it's
and landed on the road in the middle of it.
So it was wrapped in a sheet.
So the car behind the hearse, they threw the anchors on straight away because the white sheet just went over the windscreen, and they didn't know what was going on. They hadn't seen the body yet until they stopped.
And then they would have thought that they'd caused the person to die.
Well, the funeral car kept driving. That was half
they didn't
the
even
problem.
notice.
They didn't notice at the time, so they had to get in contact. They were able to, pull off the side of the freeway at some stage and then come back and collect the body. But of course, the people at Hayes were very very sorry for their actions.
It's not ideal. It's not ideal as for the person driving behind, nor for the family of the deceased person. Like when they have to explain to them, sorry, they fell out the back of the truck on the way to the funeral home.
It's going to be a fair bit of makeup done to the body.
Yes.
Like a bit of gravel.
They didn't have gravel rash when they passed, and now you've got to sort that out before the funeral.
And I can't see a stiff body bouncing that hard off. It would feel every bit, wouldn't it?
It's not ideal. It's not ideal.
It's not ideal. And you know what's not ideal now? If you're driving anywhere and something falls off the back of your car.
This is my fear. I don't have many irrational fears, but one is snakes and one is this, that if I'm driving behind a truck that's got a load of stuff on it that, heavy metal pipes or big planks of wood or whatever, I'm really nervous about that. I don't know. It's a Final Destination thing, I think. And every now and then you hear a story of something like that falling off and crushing the car behind. So I'll either just go really fast to overtake. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I hang right back because I am very nervous. That makes me, I get that real... I'm very uncomfortable with that situation.
Yeah, I think everyone's the same with why is it the pipe truck? It's the pipe truck. Because is it movies that we've seen where the pipe goes through the windscreen and then stabs somebody into the car?
It's part of it. And also it just looks like they could fall off easily. I mean, I know that they are secured properly, but it looks like just one, when you've got a whole bunch of straws and one shakes out really easily. Yeah. It's like that. It feels like one could just shake out.
Hey, you got to feel for the driver as well if any of that stuff happens or something flings off. You don't realise that it's happened like the body. No, not necessarily.
No.
But other things that might have come out of the back of your car /trailer along the journey.
So were you driving along and then something fell off and you were unaware, or perhaps you were the poor person driving behind it and all of a sudden something's flying, there's a couch flying at you? It could happen. It happens to the best of us.
It's the best of us. Well said there.
Judy's in Carramar. Hi, Judy.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Jude.
Now, Judy, were you
Hello?
Were you driving and something fell off your vehicle, or
Hello?
were you... Judy, can you hear us? Judy?
Hello?
We've got
Judy?
you, Jude, but you can't hear us?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. That's okay.
That's
okay, great. So what happened?
Right. We were driving along. We went to the tip and dropped off the rubbish and then went to the tip shop, and hubby decided that this $10 bookshelf that looked amazing we'd grab but we didn't have any rope, so he wedged it in the trailer, and then we drove off, and the biggest gust of wind lifted it, and it somersaulted and splattered straight onto the road, and somehow didn't break, just a little damage to the corner.
Wow.
But missed the car by centimetres.
Wow. They don't make bookshelves like they used to, obviously. That's it. That
Wow, what a
one's
sturdy
very
bastard.
sturdy, yeah.
Yeah, so it's still at home, it still works, it's all fine, but we got to be hit by the driver behind us.
I bet you did.
Jules, in the rear vision mirror, could you see it flying? And
It happened within a second. Like, you couldn't go, stop. It was just like, bang,
Yeah.
it just did it.
oh my God, that's intense.
They didn't have any rope for sale in the tip shop?
No, we didn't think about that.
It's one of those occasions we go, nah, this will work.
Yeah, it'll be
Just
fine.
jam
It'll
me
be
in,
fine.
it'll be fine.
Oh, thanks, Judy. Yeah, Joe's in Hammond Park. Hello.
Hello, how you going?
Good, Joe.
Now, Joe, what happened?
So I got hit by a flying mattress from the car in front of me. So I watched it kind of come out of the trailer, and it bounced on my bonnet, cracked my windscreen.
Oh.
So that was a bit of fun, and so I stopped to get the guy's details. I was 3/4 off the road, got all of that, got back in the car, and got hit by a P-plater doing 70, rammed me up the backside, and I stopped about 10 centimetres before a power pole. So very lucky.
Oh, my God, Joe.
And it was my birthday, so happy birthday me.
Far out. This
Joe.
story's got a lot of layers. So I would have thought that a mattress would be a soft landing and that it wouldn't crack your windscreen, but clearly I'm wrong.
You'd think so, right? They really badly dented the bonnet, was like chopped into the windscreen, fully cracked, and then obviously because the car hit me behind, my car was a write-off. So yeah, I was okay.
Joe,
That's a rotten
Joe, when
day.
you got back into your car and that other car hit you, was that just mad whiplash? Because had you started up to drive off yet?
I hadn't started the car, so my car hadn't even turned on. I just had the hazard lights, and I had two wheels on the road and two wheels on the verge. So my seat like flicked back.
Yeah.
And I just remember laying like in the back of the car, just going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh.
And the guys, there was 5 people in the car behind, and his airbag went off. I can't believe there was airbags back in those days, but there was. And they couldn't open the door to get me out, so I had to wait for an ambulance to come to get me out. I did go to the hospital with whiplash, but I mean, I just had a headache for a couple of days, and then I was fine.
Oh, so
Happy
do you go out for a
birthday.
birthday dinner that night, I'd imagine?
I didn't. The worst thing was, though, is like I was on my way to my in-laws to get my birthday present, so I didn't ring my husband or my family. I rang my in-laws to say I'm really sorry, but I'm going to be late because I've just been in a car accident.
But keep my present there. I want
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I hope the present was worth
Yeah,
it.
so then they ring my husband panicking, going, oh my gosh, your wife just had a car accident, they've called an ambulance, and he comes racing from work thinking what's happened, and I'm like, I'm fine, I'm just really embarrassed.
I'm like, I got hit by a mattress. Amazing. Thanks, Joe. All right. Lisa, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good,
Great,
Lise.
Lise. What happened?
I was driving and I got hit by someone who was going to the rubbish tip. So there was an awful lot of bags. I think about 4 of them flew off the back. What was unsettling was one of the bags contained an awful lot of adult toys.
Oh, really?
Lisa.
Really?
A lot.
A lot.
And so if you know on your bonnet where there's, at the bottom of your windscreen wipers, there's that dip.
Yeah.
And so there are things caught in that dip.
Lady One's just getting pelted through the windscreen, all kinds of other stuff.
Literally flying at my car. And even though my car was damaged and we had to put in an insurance claim, we naturally left that off the insurance claim.
Sure.
Some of the things that hit the car.
The actual items. Yeah. Unidentified flying trash, we'll call it. Yeah.
Unidentified flying objects. And so when we got out of the car, I was so uncomfortable. I didn't know whether to say, look, don't worry about it. Let's just pretend this never happened and drive off. But it was so uncomfortable.
Also, you don't want to touch them to remove them either, do you?
No.
But now you've got a face. You've got a face to the
Yes, that's even
to
worse.
the rubbish.
What
Like, why is there so many?
Yes.
That's a great question.
Why are there so many? And why are they going to the rubbish? I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm so confused by the whole
Hey,
situation.
Lisa, the person who was driving the vehicle, what was their age group? What was their demographic?
40, maybe 45 to 55?
Male, female?
Male. Yeah.
So the sweep of the house is like...
Yeah,
I think 60's too many.
I didn't want to be there.
No, I don't blame you. It's not an ideal situation.
It's so
Lisa.
awkward.
Thank you.
I was only about 20.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's not great. It's not great. Thanks, Lisa, for opening our eyes to that issue. Leslie's in Port Kennedy. She's going to finish us off. Hi, Leslie.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Hey, Leslie.
What happened?
Nat, I had your Final Destination moment.
Oh.
So I can relate. I was driving down Rockingham Road, so the dual carriageway,
Yep.
years ago, following a truck loaded with great big beams. As you described earlier, I'm driving along, minding my own business, listening to the radio, and all of a sudden, there is, and I saw it move because it felt like it went from like seconds to hours. I saw this one great big 4x4, probably 8 foot long, come off the back of the truck.
Oh.
It came straight for my window,
Oh.
right at the driver's, right in front of the steering wheel. But it actually made contact with the beam of the door and the window,
Yeah.
so it missed the windscreen completely. But it felt like it was about an hour's long.
I can bet that would have been happening in slow motion. Do you think you swerved? Did you like instinctively swerve?
It was so quick, no. And I was like, I can remember, do I swerve? Do I brake?
Yes.
Is it going to make it worse? All of those things all at once, but it was one of the most horrific things I've had happen. Until this day, I am like you. I'm either going around that truck
or hanging way back. Yeah, rightly so. That's horrendous,
Yeah, you're living it then, Leslie.
It was terrifying. But the dent on the side where the car door meets your windscreen, where that's really firm there, that's where it made contact, and I will be forever grateful that it did.
Yeah.
And not the windscreen itself.
Far
was
out.
speared right through.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, well, we're glad you're still with us, Leslie.
Yeah, thank you, me too.
We can't afford to lose any listeners.
No, exactly. We need all of you.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I'm going to complain about something now. And I understand that when I complain about this, I am being very pedantic. But it's a lot. It's a lot for me to have to put up with. I know, Shaun, this wouldn't bother you at all. So across the road from me, there was a vacant lot for ages and ages, and now somebody bought, a lovely couple bought it, and they're building a house, and they've just broken ground. The building's just started, so which means the building company has put up their sort of their signage, and they've put up, they put the portaloo in, getting the site ready, right?
Yeah.
Now the building company, on there, it's a professionally produced banner. So they've had this printed. It's a big thing that kind of is attached to the fence. So, and it's got the name of the building company. It's got their little slogan. It's got their logo. It's got the contact things. They're building, their license number, all of that stuff that they have to, by law, put on a building site. Now, I have to look at this every time I leave my house, every time I drive home, every time I open my door and look out. All I can see is this sign. And on the sign, their tagline is building at its peak.
Building at its peak.
Building at its peak, which ties in. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but it ties into the name of the company. Sure. It makes sense in that. Shaun, when you're writing building at its peak, the it's is possessive, right? That means it because it's saying it's peak. It's not a contraction.
Calm down here, this.
It's not saying it is.
It is.
It's saying it's. They've put an apostrophe. There should not be an apostrophe there, Shaun.
What, should it just be ITS?
ITS, correct.
Really? No apostrophe?
Oh, dear God. No apostrophe, Shaun, because the apostrophe in its would mean that it would read as it is. And it's not building at it is peak. It's building at its peak.
Its peak.
Yeah. Yeah. So clearly you're unfazed by this because you didn't even understand what the problem was. You wouldn't have spotted an error.
I saw the picture that you put it there, and I had no idea what you were talking about. And I know that you said something's not grammatically correct or something, and I was like, where?
I circled it in red.
Did you? Well, then it makes sense to me. I mean...
And I wouldn't mind if it's just in a text message or something non-permanent. I don't care. But if you do it that sign is professionally produced by somebody, people proofread that, people approved that, and they've got it wrong. Now I have to look at that. I don't know how long it's a big house. They're going to be building that thing forever. I have to look at that thing for months.
Until I hear this.
Months, years, probably 18 months, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Should I colour it in with a texter? Because a few people have suggested that.
That's a really good idea.
Would that be bad?
No, because it's going to burn you too much.
I know.
Otherwise.
It's like, and then yesterday I was driving home on Stirling Highway and I stopped at some traffic lights in North Fremantle, and there's a sign up saying, I think it's like for lease of office space or something.
On the left-hand side?
On the left-hand side.
Right, yeah.
And the sign said flexible leasing or something. They'd spelt flexible wrong. And I'm like...
See, I might pick that up, but certainly not the grammar.
So they'd written flex-able, not flex-ible. And I'm like... it's the end of civilization as we know it. Why can't people just get that right?
So you're a grammar Nazi. None of this, because this stuff just flies on the top of my head. So I can just drive home without any of this stuff burning me throughout the day. But you can't.
I wish I lived your simple existence, Sean, because it's a lot. It's a lot to have to look at. That apostrophe will haunt me for the next 18 months. It's too much. I shouldn't have to live like this.
Well, sometimes the little things that get you, those annoying little things that just burn you.
One apostrophe is destroying my life.
You're going to have to go over the road. You're going to have to
do something, aren't I?
Yep.
They seem nice too. Melissa's in Hillary's. Hi, Melissa.
Hey, how you going, guys? Love you.
Thanks,
Melissa, is this something that gets your goat as well?
It does. I completely agree with you, Nat. I received an email from my daughter's English teacher, and the grammar in it was horrifying. I was absolutely mortified.
Really?
I mean, I think that taps into why we're at where we are, in that if the teachers don't know, then... How do the kids have any hope?
Exactly.
Oh, you got any examples for us, Melissa?
Oh, God, it was last year. No, but I was just absolutely mortified discussing it with some other mums from school, and I was like, this is coming from my kid's English teacher.
Oh,
yeah. You didn't think to get a red pen on it and then send it back to her with a C- on it?
That would have been so funny.
That's what I would have done, I think.
My kids have got no chance.
Oh, yeah, no. Thank you, Melissa, for making me feel a little less alone in this grammatically incorrect world.
Well, I think a lot of people are getting behind you this morning, Nat. Michelle is from Hocking. G'day, Michelle.
Hi, guys. How you going?
Michelle, do you feel my pain too, Michelle?
Oh, my God, Nat, I could not agree with you more. In fact, even as you were telling the story, I thought, I know where this is going, and that would drive me insane. I go to an occupational therapist, and next door there's like a chiro/massage place, and they've got a permanent sign that says something along the lines of, come and see us when you're in need of a break or something, and it's YOUR, and it drives me insane.
Michelle. Sorry, Sean doesn't realise that's wrong.
This conversation is so far over my head, it's not funny, but I'm trying to be involved.
So in this case, they should be using the contraction you are.
You are, okay.
And they're not. They've just used the possessive your.
Yes, yes. I see it all the time in different places.
I know, it's wrong, isn't it? Many years ago, wrong. Michelle, you'll appreciate this. I was when the Wildcats used to still play at Challenge Stadium. I went to it was like the start of the season. It wasn't the very first game because I noticed at the first game, didn't say anything. So maybe the second home game, they had these massive banners up that said principal sponsor, and they'd put the wrong principal. Yeah, so it was like it was the principal of the school, not the principal being main sponsor. And I did actually say something to the then general manager, and the next week they were all changed. I had to reprint them all because of me.
Oh, well done. Well done.
I'm an agent for change. Thanks, Michelle. Marie, hello.
Hello. How are we, guys?
Good, Marie.
Are you feeling my pain as well?
Oh, yes, I am. So, you know the big green street signs that sometimes have like a bit of an arrow pointing to a suburb or the airport or something like that?
Of course.
There is a big street sign on Beachborough Road that points to the suburb Embleton.
Yes.
But instead of it being spelt with an L-E, they've spelt it E-L. So they've spelt the actual suburb incorrectly on this sign.
And
That's still there.
They still
Marie.
put it up. They went,
It's still
close enough.
there.
Marie,
That's a state government roads thing, isn't
I'm
it?
outraged.
Correct.
You can't get that wrong.
Correct. How are these government workers getting jobs?
It's the suburb of their own state.
I know.
You've got to get that right.
Our producer Amy lives in Embleton. She'll have to do something about it. She'll make something happen. That is an outrage, Marie. An absolute outrage.
Who do we write to? Actually, I don't stand for that. That's no good at all.
Like you're going to write to anyone.
That's a good point. Can you write it for me?
Thank you, Marie. That's we'll have group therapy. We'll meet back here next week.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.